They started as best friends, loyal allies navigating the chaos of reality TV together.
Carole, can you tell me, out of these, which color my teeth is?
But somewhere between the champagne toasts and the reunion showdowns, things went horribly wrong.
Because you're a sneaky, trifling slut.
Betrayals, lies, physical attacks, friendships so toxic they ended careers, destroyed reputations, and left scars that will never heal. These are the real housewives who went from BFFs to bitter enemies. Bethenny Frankel and Carole Radziwill, two successful women, one a self-made mogul, the other a literal princess by marriage. They bonded over intelligence, wit, and being the only sane ones in a cast of chaos. They vacationed in the Galapagos, defended each other at reunions, and seemed immune to the housewives' friendship curse. Then one summer, everything changed. A charity photography gig, some text messages, and a dead CEO's widow became the final nail in a friendship coffin.
You always defend the person sitting next to you. You don't say your own thing. You just chime into what the other person's saying.
I say my own thing. I'm ride or die, honey, and you know that.
Welcome to the slow, agonising death of Bethenny and Carole, where even they don't fully understand what the hell happened. Before they met on RHONY in 2015, Bethenny and Carole existed in completely different New York social spheres. Bethenny was building her empire. Carole was mourning her prince and rebuilding her life as a writer. But when Bethenny returned to RHONY for season 7, something clicked. Two smart women in a sea of chaos found each other. Their friendship started in the most Bethenny way possible, with Bethenny having an emotional breakdown while furniture shopping at CB2. Carole, who hates hugging and avoids emotions like the plague, awkwardly tried to comfort her. Despite the discomfort, something genuine formed. By the end of season 7, they were inseparable. They took trips off camera, the Galapagos Islands in 2015, a couple's vacation to the Bahamas in 2016. With Bethenny's boyfriend Denise and Carole's boyfriend Adam, they celebrated birthdays together, defended each other against cast attacks, and actually seemed to enjoy each other's company outside of filming. Finally, Bethenny had found a real friend on the show. And Carole? She'd found someone who matched her intellectually and made her laugh. Seasons 8 and 9 were the golden era. Bethenny and Carole were attached at the hip. So much so that the other women accused them of being mean girls at the season 9 reunion. Carole defended their bond. The fact is, in any group of friends, there are always going to be women amongst the group who are closer. They supported each other through everything. When Bethenny dealt with custody drama, Carole was there. When Carole struggled with her relationship with Adam, Bethenny listened. They had inside jokes, mutual respect, and what seemed like an unbreakable friendship. Other housewives' friendships were messy and transactional. But Bethenny and Carole, they felt different. They felt real. Famous last words. The summer of 2017 changed everything, though neither woman realised it at the time. Carole spent most of that summer in Los Angeles helping her friend Cassandra Gray cope with the sudden death of her husband, Brad Gray, the CEO of Paramount. Carole, herself a widow, understood grief intimately and wanted to be there for Cassandra through her first summer without her partner.
You say, where are you going? I say, I'm going to LA. We have this conversation a little bit. I say, I'm being yelled at, have a good flight. I turn my phone off. I open my phone when I land. And you say, why are you being so cold? Did I miss something? I am your friend. Ramona is evil.
Meanwhile, Bethenny was dealing with her own stress. Custody issues, her charity work, filming other shows. She expected Carole to be available like she had been previous summers, but Carole wasn't. Bethenny felt abandoned. Carole felt suffocated. When they were together in Montauk, Bethenny sensed distance. When Carole had intimate dinners with girlfriends in LA to support Cassandra, Bethenny felt left out. Neither communicated what they actually needed from the other. Then came December 2017. Bethenny sent Carole emotional, lengthy text messages over the holidays, while Carole was still helping Cassandra through her first Christmas as a widow. Carole's response: "That's a lot."
First of all, I'm at dinner with my friend who lost her husband. It's his birthday, right? So I say it's a lot and not a conversation for text. I'm relaxing. Please, let's talk after the new year. XO.
Bethenny was hurt. Carole was overwhelmed, and instead of talking about it like adults, they let it fester. If you're invested in this slow-motion train wreck, smash that subscribe button because the Adam drama is about to make everything so much worse. Then came the Adam situation. When Hurricane Harvey devastated Houston, Bethenny asked Carole's boyfriend, Adam, a photographer, to help document her relief efforts. Adam asked about compensation. Bethenny said it was charity work, unpaid. Adam declined. Bethenny felt offended. Carole felt Bethenny was being manipulative. When Bethenny vented to Dorinda about it, Carole felt betrayed. When people say nasty things about Adam to you, don't pile on, shut that down, Carole told her. But Bethenny didn't see it that way. She thought Carole and Adam had broken up, and when she realised they were still friendly, she retreated immediately. The friendship spiralled. Season 10 played out like a slow funeral march. Every episode showed them growing more distant, more passive-aggressive, more confused about what was even happening.
I can easily set you up with Carole.
Hurry up, bitch! That's what I said.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You're
That's
not,
not
put your
what you
glasses.
said. You're a f***ing
It
liar.
says
It's
it.
between me and Brian.
Okay.
you
Yes.
moron.
Yeah, I have.
By the reunion, it was brutal. Bethenny claimed she was mourning the friendship. Carole claimed Bethenny was constructing a fake storyline. Sources later revealed the real tea. Bethenny allegedly wanted Carole to introduce her to Cassandra Gray's powerful Hollywood contacts for her failing spin-off show with Frederick Eklund. Carole found this wildly inappropriate and refused. Bethenny felt rejected. Their friendship imploded. Carole called Bethenny a bully. At the reunion, Bethenny looked genuinely hurt. And in July 2018, Carole announced she was leaving RHONY, citing a desire to move away from frenemies. In spring 2019, they ran into each other at a charity event. Bethenny told Andy Cohen it was nice and clean. They talked about Adam and life, and it felt cordial. But Carole, she had a different take. On the Jenny McCarthy show, she said, none of what Bethenny was saying was true. She was constructing a storyline that wasn't based in reality. I was a very good friend to her. I supported her charities. I gave her money. I really cared about her. In 2022, when Bethenny launched her RHOWives podcast recapping old RHONY episodes, Carole tweeted, "Oh lordy, how original she built her brand by trashing and mocking women, specifically the HWs. Some things never change. As of 2024, they're not speaking." Andy Cohen even admitted he regrets going easy on Bethenny during their season 10 reunion, and hinted he never wants to see Bethenny again after her recent Bravo accusations. Meanwhile, Carole reconciled with Andy and even appeared at BravoCon in November 2025, slowly re-emerging in the Bravo universe. Phaedra Parks and Kenya Moore. Phaedra Parks called Kenya Moore a whore on national television.
Since I've met her, from the day she met me and my husband, she was hitting on him. What kind of whore does that?
Kenya threw Phaedra a divorce party while her marriage was crumbling. Phaedra then mocked Kenya's fertility struggles at a reunion. And somehow, these two ended up taking tequila shots together backstage at a Megan Thee Stallion concert. This is the story of the most toxic friendship in Real Housewives history that refused to stay dead. Before these two collided, they were operating in completely different RHOA ecosystems. Phaedra was the established wife, mother, and businesswoman. Kenya was the single bombshell, making waves and turning heads. When Kenya joined season 5, nobody predicted these two would become friends. They seemed like oil and water. Turns out they were gasoline and a lit match. Surprisingly, Phaedra and Kenya hit it off immediately when Kenya joined RHOA in season 5. And they bonded over being intelligent, successful, professional women navigating Atlanta's social scene. Phaedra appreciated Kenya's beauty pageant background. Kenya respected Phaedra's legal mind and business savvy. They even started working together on a fitness DVD project. Phaedra wanted that donkey booty empire, and Kenya had the stallion energy. For a hot minute, it looked like a genuine friendship. They laughed together. They supported each other. They seemed like the kind of duo who could actually survive reality TV drama, spoiler alert. They could not. The friendship peaked during season 5 when they were genuinely enjoying each other's company. Phaedra brought Kenya into her circle. Kenya defended Phaedra when other cast members came for her. They had chemistry, quick banter, mutual respect, shared goals. The fitness DVD collaboration seemed like the perfect business partnership between two ambitious women. But then, money got involved. Kenya allegedly wasn't getting paid properly. Creative differences emerged. And suddenly, the collaboration fell apart. Phaedra decided to launch her own workout video instead. Kenya felt betrayed. And that's when things started to shift. The real trouble started with Apollo Nida, Phaedra's husband and a man with zero impulse control.
If you wanted the truth to be known, why would you have a conversation with the three of us? Because you're a sneaky, trifling slut.
During the failed fitness DVD project, Kenya and Apollo spent a lot of time together. Too much time, according to Phaedra. There were text messages Kenya called Apollo babe. They got flirty.
Texting me. Stop texting me. You've been texting me. Since we left Anguilla, you've been trying to get with me.
And that's why I called her a whore.
Phaedra was not amused. Apollo then claimed, on camera, that Kenya propositioned him for sex. Kenya denied it furiously. The whole cast got dragged into the mess. Phaedra believed her husband and turned on Kenya completely. When I was married, Kenya continuously flirted with my husband. Phaedra said, "It's just on a whole nother level of skanky. Maybe she's happy. Maybe she can finally have her chance with Apollo." Ouch! Kenya fired back, insisting Apollo was lying and that she'd done nothing inappropriate. The problem? Apollo eventually admitted he had lied about the proposition.
Things that you've said.
I apologize to you. It was a lie.
But by then, Phaedra's trust in Kenya was shattered. Even after Apollo confessed, Phaedra couldn't let it go. She'd seen the text messages. She'd watched Kenya get too comfortable with her husband. Lie or no lie, the damage was permanent.
What I have been saying from the beginning about your husband is the truth. I've never crossed a line with him.
Your slate is clean with me. From here on out, I will never call you a whore again.
Meanwhile, they also feuded over their competing workout videos. Phaedra launched Fine Body for Donkey Booty goals. Kenya dropped Kenya Moore Booty Boot Camp for Stallion Booties. It was petty. It was hilarious. It was peak Housewives absurdity. The absolute nuclear meltdown happened during a cast trip to Hawaii. Kenya, in her infinite wisdom, decided to throw a divorce party for Phaedra and Cynthia Bailey, who had both recently split from their husbands. She called it an I do, I did, I'm done rebirth party. Cute concept, terrible execution.
Dizzy enough. I'm trying to feel the energy of the penis. Draw me to you, penis. Draw me to you.
Phaedra arrived to find a full-blown celebration of her failed marriage. And not just any marriage. A 5-year relationship that ended with Apollo in prison for fraud, leaving her to raise 2 young sons alone. Phaedra was still grieving. "These women are over here like hyenas, mocking the sacrament of marriage," Phaedra said. "I don't want to celebrate my children losing their father. It's just tacky." She texted Portia Williams, "I'm appalled that they would think the breakup of a family is a cause for celebration. And with the host being the trifling woman who was texting my husband. Disgusting and disgraceful." Kenya lost it. She stormed to Phaedra's hotel room for a confrontation. "You called me trifling," Kenya yelled. "Those text messages happened over 2 years ago. I'm not trifling." Phaedra didn't back down. "It was trifling what you did. You were disrespectful of my marriage. I asked you to stop talking to him, and you continued. I'm never going to forget." Kenya felt blindsided. She is blaming me for all her life's woes. Just when I was starting to trust her, she turns around and stabs me in my back. But the absolute lowest blow came at the Season 8 reunion. Phaedra, armed with venom, mocked Kenya's fertility struggles, telling her she should just get a sperm donor from the bank. It was cruel. It was devastating.
Honey, you don't know if your baby daddy will be an axe murderer or a child molester, because what you will know is that he needed $10 to get him a medium-sized pizza, so he ejaculated in a cup so you could have a kid. Now check that.
Kenya had been open about wanting children and struggling to find the right partner. Phaedra weaponized that pain on national television. The internet turned that moment into a meme. Kenya never forgot it. By Season 9, things somehow got even worse. Phaedra spread a vile rumour that Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker wanted to drug and sexually assault Portia Williams. It was disgusting, it was false, and it got Phaedra fired from RHOA in 2017. Phaedra was gone. Kenya stayed. Their friendship was buried 6 feet under, fitting for a mortician. For years they didn't speak. Phaedra moved on to other shows. Kenya continued reigning on RHOA. It seemed like their story was over. Then 2020 happened. During the pandemic, Phaedra posted an old RHOA clip on Instagram. Kenya commented. Phaedra responded, "Unmatched." Fans screamed, were they friends again? Not quite. But something had shifted. In 2021, both women started publicly acknowledging growth. Kenya appeared on Watch What Happens Live and admitted regret. "I could have just distanced myself from Apollo altogether and not been so chummy, especially when it bothered his wife." She said Phaedra appeared on WWHL shortly after and appreciated Kenya's apology. "Growth is possible for everybody," Phaedra said. "I was really excited when they brought my attention to that." They weren't besties, but they weren't enemies anymore, either. Then came June 2024. and Megan Thee Stallion. During Megan's Hot Girl Summer Tour stop in Atlanta, she invited Kenya, Phaedra, and Sheree Whitfield backstage for tequila shots. The internet lost its collective mind, seeing Kenya and Phaedra laughing and vibing together. Kenya told Bravo, "We don't have a relationship, but we've been on each other's social media and we've made jokes, so I think it's pretty cordial." Translation: "We're cool from a distance, but here's where it gets messy again." In 2024, Kenya exited RHOA mid-season after an alleged revenge porn scandal involving co-star Brittany Edie, and who got called to fill the gap. Phaedra Parks, reuniting with her frickin' frack partner Portia Williams for season 16. When asked about Kenya's exit, Phaedra couldn't resist the shade.
Makes sense.
Okay.
I am only back for 2 weeks.
Okay.
She implied she wasn't surprised and casually mentioned she'd only be on RHOA for 5 or 6 episodes, there for a good time, not a long time. Classic Phaedra, even in peace, she's petty. Vicki Gunvalson and Tamra Judge. Vicki Gunvalson and Tamra Judge have broken up and made up more times than Ross and Rachel Wine thrown in faces. Screaming matches over boyfriends. Ambushes in Bali. Cancer lies.
Yes, you
on that
betcha.
baby's life, deny
You
it.
bet you, Tamra. You are disgusting.
Oh my God, you're going to hell.
A decades-long friendship that survived more drama than most marriages. These two have been ride or die, then enemies, then besties again on a loop for nearly 20 years. And somehow, in 2025, they're back together, all thanks to a health food company sponsorship. This is the most chaotic friendship in Real Housewives history. Before Tamra joined RHOC in 2007, Vicki was the undisputed queen bee. She had her insurance business, her family, and her drama with the original cast. Tamra arrived as the hottest housewife in Orange County, trying to navigate her crumbling marriage to Simon Barney. They didn't start as enemies, but they didn't start as best friends either. It took a few seasons, some tequila, and mutual enemies to cement their bond. Little did they know they'd spend the next 2 decades breaking up and making up on repeat.
For you.
How do you know what's good for me?
That's my opinion!
Tamra joined RHOC in season 3, and initially, she was just trying to survive. Vicki had already established herself as the show's alpha, so Tamra played it cool. They got along fine, nothing dramatic, nothing deep. Just 2 women coexisting on the same show. But season 4 changed everything. Enter Gretchen Rossi, the blonde bombshell who rubbed both Vicki and Tamra the wrong way. Gretchen went to Bass Lake while her fiancé was battling cancer, and both Vicki and Tamra were not having it. They bonded over their mutual disdain for the new girl, and suddenly they were a united front. The friendship was sealed at Tamra's infamous dinner party where she tried to get Gretchen naked wasted. It was messy, it was calculated, and it brought Vicki and Tamra closer together as they navigated the aftermath of that disaster. By season 6, Vicki and Tamra were inseparable. They travelled to Cabo together for tequila shots and girl talk. Tamra was going through a brutal divorce from Simon Barney, and Vicki was there for every tear, every court battle, every glass of wine. When Tamra threw wine in Janakule's face at Vicki's house, Vicki didn't kick Tamra out, she kicked Jana out. That's loyalty. They became the Tres Amigas, along with Shannon Beador, a trio that toured together, partied together, and defended each other no matter what. Vicki was Tamra's rock during her darkest times. Tamra was Vicki's hype woman, through every relationship drama they had inside jokes, matching energy, and the kind of friendship that made viewers believe they'd be ride or die forever. They finished each other's sentences, they fought each other's battles, they whooped it up in every city they visited. For a brief, beautiful moment, it seemed like nothing could tear them apart. Spoiler, everything tore them apart, repeatedly. The first major crack appeared in season 7, when Vicki started dating Brooks Ayers. From day one, Tamra hated him. Vicki's own daughter, Brianna, didn't approve, and Tamra made it clear she thought Brooks was sketchy. At Vicki's finale party, Tamra confronted Brooks about his evil eye, and all hell broke loose.
Doing?
Relax, Vicki. Stop letting him tell you what to think.
He doesn't tell me what to think!
Really?
Ever!
Really? No.
"You're supposed to be my friend no matter what," Vicki screamed. "You don't talk that way to me or him. You're supposed to be my friend, my soulmate, my sister. That means you have respect for the man I love." Tamra fired back. "Everyone's always scared of you. I'm not scared of you."
You're supposed to be my friend! No matter what! You don't talk the way to me or him, ever! You're supposed to be my friend!
It was the first time their friendship showed real cracks. Vicki wanted blind loyalty. Tamra wanted honesty. Those two things don't always coexist. They patched things up temporarily in season 8 when Tamra was planning her wedding. To Eddie Judge, Gretchen was initially planning the bachelorette party. But after a trip to Andales, Vicki swooped back in and reclaimed her spot. As Tamra's best friend G was out, V was in. But the tension never fully disappeared. It just went underground, waiting for the next explosion. By season 9, Tamra was talking bad about Brooks again, because Brooks was still terrible. When the cast headed to Bali, Tamra got ambushed by almost all the ladies. She thought Vicki would have her back. She was wrong. "You sat back and you did nothing this year," Tamra said at the reunion. "You act nice to my face, you text me the entire time we're filming, and the entire time you were mean behind my back. I'm hurt." Vicki shot back. "You're supposed to be getting better, but you just get bitter and bitter and bitter." Their friendship was hanging by a thread. Season 10 is where everything imploded. Vicki and Tamra started the season on decent terms, but then a psychic dropped a bomb. Brooks might not actually have cancer. At first, Tamra tried to be loyal. Vicki even gave her medical records to prove Brooks was sick. But the documents didn't add up. The timeline was wrong. The facts were sketchy, and Tamra, who'd lost family members to cancer, was furious. As the season progressed, it became clear Brooks was lying. He didn't have cancer. He'd faked the whole thing. And Vicki either knew or was willfully ignorant. By the reunion, it was Vicki versus everyone. Tamra felt vindicated, but also betrayed. How could her best friend defend a man who lied about cancer? The friendship was over. They stopped speaking. Social media became a war zone. Vicki felt abandoned by Tamra during her lowest moment. Tamra felt justified because Brooks was a fraud. Years passed. They reconciled briefly, then feuded again. The cycle continued. In 2024, the latest fallout happened when Tamra backed out of the Tres Amigas tour with Vicki and Shannon Beador. Tamra claimed she was too busy. Vicki felt betrayed, again. She called Tamra a traitor on social media, referencing Tamra joining the Traitors season. Tamra clapped back, "Thank you. I'm honoured to be on an Emmy-winning reality show with some of the biggest names in the industry. Sorry, you didn't get the call, better luck next time."
What have I done? You have conquered and divided my entire group of friends. Almost cost me my life and my business because you called me a con woman. I don't even want to go backwards. I did not invite Ricky to my party.
Ouch. Tamra later revealed there were deeper issues. "There were some things they had said about me behind my back that got to me. I don't want friends that are stabbing me in the back. If you're my friend, be my friend." Vicki and Tamra were done. Again. For real this time, maybe. Cut to November 2025. After nearly 2 years of silence, Vicki and Tamra reunited for a Flav City Cafe sponsorship ad. Yes, really. A health food company brought them back together. But it wasn't just for the paycheck. They actually talked. They actually smoothed things over. "We've had a lot of ups and downs in our 20 years, Tamra told Us Weekly. "I always say we're like sisters. It's that love-hate relationship all the time." The turning point? Vicki reached out to Teddy Mellencamp during her cancer journey and sent her a thoughtful gift. Tamra saw it and realised Vicki still had a good heart. When Vicki reached out to Teddy and she sent her a nice gift, I was like, "Vicki's got a good heart," Tamra said. "She knows what it's like when it comes to illness and things like that." Their reunion wasn't spent gossiping about RHOC drama. Instead, they had genuine conversations about life, family and relationships. The kind of talk two real friends have after time apart. "It felt good," Vicki said. "I don't have any conflict with friends or relationships. If I do, I try to fix them. I'm a fixer." It was weighing on me that Tamra and I hadn't met. So where are they now? Back on good terms, for now. They're not touring together, they're not filming together, but they're talking again, supporting each other again, and proving that some friendships are too stubborn to die. Denise Richards and Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna brought her best friend Denise Richards onto Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. One season later, she was holding up text messages at a reunion demanding Denise admit to having an affair with Brandi Glanville.
The reality is what it is. The reality
is you said family emergency.
Because
you lied. That's a lie.
Rinna posted homophobic jokes about Denise on social media. She weaponized their 20-year friendship for a storyline. And then she left the show 2 seasons later, leaving Denise crushed, their friendship destroyed, and absolutely nothing to show for it. This is what happens when reality TV eats real relationships alive. Before RHOBH, Lisa and Denise were genuine friends for 20 years. They'd been through Hollywood ups and downs together, supported each other through divorces and scandals, and had a real bond. Lisa joined RHOBH in season 5. Denise watched from the sidelines for years, and then Lisa convinced her to join in season 9, promising it would be fun. It was not fun.
Trying to set me up, and I was pissed off. I was like, shut the up, don't throw me under the bus.
Lisa had been trying to get Denise on RHOBH for years. She pitched her constantly, promising they'd have a blast filming together. Denise was hesitant. She'd already lived through enough public drama with Charlie Sheen and didn't need more chaos. But Lisa was persistent. She sold Denise on the idea that having a best friend on the show would make it easier, more fun, less stressful. Finally, in 2019, Denise agreed. She joined season 9 as a main cast member, and Lisa was thrilled. They'd get to share this experience together. They'd navigate the drama side by side. It seemed like the perfect setup for a friendship that could survive reality TV. It could not. Season 9 was actually pretty smooth for Denise and Lisa. They had each other's backs. They laughed together. They supported each other through cast drama. Denise brought a fresh, relatable energy to the show. She was open about her chaotic marriage to Aaron Vipers, her blended family with Charlie Sheen, and her attempts to navigate Beverly Hills life. Lisa was proud. She'd brought her friend onto the show, and it was working. Denise was a fan favourite. Their friendship seemed rock solid. Viewers loved seeing their genuine bond play out on screen. Everything was great for exactly one season. Season 10 started innocently enough, but then Brandi Glanville, professional pot stirrer and former RHOBH cast member, dropped a bomb. She claimed she'd had an affair with Denise Richards. According to Brandi, Denise told her that she and Aaron had an open marriage and the two women hooked up. Brandi shared this story with some of the cast, and it spread like wildfire. Denise denied everything. She insisted Brandi was lying, that she did not have an open marriage, and that nothing inappropriate happened between them.
When you see a year and a half worth of text messages, and Denise has said, I've only seen Brandi 3 times.
That's true.
She was furious that this rumour was being discussed on camera, especially because it could damage her marriage to Aaron. Here's where things got messy. Instead of privately supporting Denise and helping her navigate the situation, Lisa leaned into the drama. She started questioning Denise on camera. She brought up the affair allegations repeatedly. She demanded Denise be honest if she wanted to be on a reality show. Denise felt blindsided. This was her best friend of 20 years. And instead of having her back, Lisa was leading the charge against her.
You have had a long relationship with Brandi Glanville, platonically or whatever, because you have a very long text message chain with her, Denise.
The tension escalated during a cast trip to Italy. Lisa cornered Denise, yelling at her to admit the truth. Denise stood her ground, insisting Brandi was lying. But Lisa wouldn't let it go. The cracks in their friendship were becoming canyons. The season 10 reunion was an absolute bloodbath. Lisa came armed with receipts, literally. She held up a thick stack of text messages between Denise and Brandi, waving them around like evidence in a murder trial. I have them right here if you guys want to go through them, Lisa declared. Denise fired back. Hey Rinna, you better be careful saying this because yours will be shown too. Are you threatening me? Lisa snapped. I'm telling you the truth, Denise said. If you want to play this game, we can do it.
I think Lisa is very different on the show, and she's turned on me.
Andy Cohen asked if Denise would show her texts with Brandi. For comparison, Denise agreed, but only if Lisa would also share her private texts with Denise. It's not about me, and those are private, Lisa whimpered. It's not about me and Brandi either, Denise shot back. This is about me with all of you. Lisa didn't stop there. She brought up old rumours, like Denise allegedly stealing Heather Locklear's husband, Richard Sambora. She questioned why Denise sent a cease and desist letter to Brandi. She accused Denise of being a hypocrite for not wanting sex talk around her kids while once inviting a prostitute to Thanksgiving dinner. It was brutal, it was personal, and it was clear. Lisa had chosen the show over their friendship. When Andy asked Lisa if she'd do anything differently, she said, I wouldn't have had Denise come on the show if I were to do it over again. The entire cast gasped. Dorrit Kemsley sighed. Fuck. Denise was devastated.
I would have not had Denise come on the show if I were to do it over again. How about that?
She joined RHOBH because Lisa convinced her it would be fun. Now Lisa was publicly regretting bringing her on at all. But the worst part wasn't what happened on camera. It was what Lisa did off camera. While season 10 aired, Lisa took to social media to mock Denise. She posted an Instagram story joking about Denise and Brandi being scissor sisters. She commented on posts calling Denise offensive names, including homophobic slurs. The comments were eventually deleted, but the damage was done. Denise later said in an interview, "All the stuff that Lisa Rinna did to me in the press and on her socials, it crushed me." Denise quit RHOBH after one more season. She couldn't stay on a show where her so-called best friend had destroyed her for a storyline. In the years since, Lisa has publicly expressed regret. During a 2021 appearance on Watch What Happens Live, she admitted, "I don't like my behaviour and how I treated her. I was too cruel, I absolutely was, and I would like to atone for that." Lisa also apologised privately. According to mutual friend Caroline Stanbury, Lisa confided that she felt genuinely remorseful about how she treated Denise. When Denise heard about the apology, she appreciated it, but made it clear a friendship reconciliation was off the table. "I mean, I always say never, but I don't see that happening anytime soon," Denise said. In a March 2025 interview on SiriusXM's The Julia Cunningham Show, she also revealed the breakup with Lisa was the main reason she left RHOBH. "That was the biggest reason why I didn't go back for a third season. I was like, no one likes me on this show anymore, so who would I even talk to?" Here's the most heartbreaking part. Lisa left RHOBH just 2 seasons after destroying her friendship with Denise. She sacrificed a 20-year bond for a storyline and then walked away from the show anyway. As of 2025, they still don't speak. Denise has moved on. Lisa lives with the regret, and the friendship that once seemed unbreakable is now just another cautionary tale about what reality TV does to real relationship. Kandi Burruss and Phaedra Parks. Phaedra Parks told the entire Real Housewives of Atlanta cast that Kandi Burruss and her husband were planning to drug and sexually assault Portia Williams.
Because she's the one who told me that Kandi said that. You said that? That I wanted to drug her. Some bullshit. I said I was told. I did not accuse you of that, Kandi. I asked you.
It was a lie so vile, so disgusting, so unforgivable that it got Phaedra fired from the show immediately. These two went from genuine best friends to mortal enemies over motorcycles, money, and one career-ending rumour. This is the most unforgivable betrayal in Real Housewives history. When Phaedra joined RHOA in season 3, she and Kandi clicked immediately. They were both successful, ambitious businesswomen navigating Atlanta's social scene. They bonded over careers, motherhood, and surviving messy relationships. For years, they were rock solid, until Apollonida, money, and loyalty issues tore everything apart. Kandi and Phaedra became instant friends when Phaedra joined RHOA in 2010. They respected each other's hustle, Kandi with her music empire, Phaedra with her law and funeral business. They supported each other through personal drama, celebrated wins together, and genuinely enjoyed each other's company. It was refreshing to see 2 successful black women supporting each other on reality TV. They weren't competing, they were uplifting. Viewers loved it. For a while, it was beautiful. During seasons 3 through 7, Kandi and Phaedra were inseparable. They travelled together, defended each other at reunions, and navigated cast drama as a united front. When Phaedra needed a producer for her workout DVD, Kandi's husband, Todd Tucker, stepped up. When Kandi dealt with family drama, Phaedra had her back. They celebrated each other's successes. Phaedra's law career milestones, Kandi's Grammy wins, both of their business ventures. They were genuinely happy for each other, which was rare in the cutthroat world of housewives. Their friendship seemed untouchable. They'd survived Nene Leakes drama, Kenya Moore chaos, and every other cast conflict. Nothing could tear them apart. Until Apollonida went to prison. The cracks started appearing in season 8, when Apollonida, Phaedra's ex-husband, was sentenced to 8 years in prison for bank fraud and identity theft. Before Apollo turned himself in, he asked Kandi to store his motorcycles at her property. Kandi agreed, thinking she was helping a friend's ex-husband. Big mistake. Phaedra was furious when she found out. A stranger approached her in a grocery store asking to buy Apollo's stuff sitting at Kandi's property. Phaedra felt blindsided and betrayed. Why was Kandi holding on to her ex-husband's belongings? "Let me tell you what really tripped me out," Phaedra said. "When a stranger came up to me in the grocery store and said, 'I want to buy some of Apollo's stuff that is sitting up in Kandi's property,' I'm like, 'Huh, what do you mean?' Kandi didn't see the big deal. She was just storing a few motorcycles. But to Phaedra, it felt like Kandi was picking sides and not her side. Then things got worse. Days after Kandi admitted on camera she had Apollo's motorcycles, the FBI showed up to seize his Ducati TMZ reported that Kandi's on-camera confession gave the feds exactly what they needed. Many cast members believed Phaedra tipped off the FBI, though Phaedra denied it. The tension escalated when Kandi publicly questioned why Phaedra wasn't taking her sons to visit Apollo in prison. Even though it's up to her what she does, when I did see the kids come from their visit, I felt like it was sad that Dylan doesn't even know his dad, Kandi said at the season 8 reunion. Phaedra was livid. Apollo made the decisions he made. If you choose to go out and do something that takes you away from your children, you have to realise that you made a choice. Money issues also created friction. Todd produced Phaedra's workout DVD, but only received 2/3 of the $25,000 he was owed. Phaedra promised the rest when she received the DVD. It eventually got sorted, but the damage was done. Then Phaedra went after Mama Joyce, Kandi's beloved, opinionated mother. After Mama Joyce expressed concern about Phaedra's office bomb scare, yes really, Phaedra fired shots. I think Mama Joyce is obsessed with me, because when you're destined for greatness, people will be obsessed with your spirit and your aura. Kandi was not having it. She talks about everybody in her interviews or she makes sly remarks at the reunion, but she never really says it in their face. You'll never notice that. The friendship was unravelling fast. The absolute destruction of their friendship happened in season 9. During a lunch that was supposed to be a peace talk, Kandi dropped a bomb. She accused Phaedra of cheating on Apollo before he even went to prison. "We both know that you were counting down the days till he went away anyway," Kandi said. "He relieved you because really he was giving you drama at the time and you were ready for him to go." Phaedra tried to defend herself, but Kandi wasn't done. "Let's stop, because I don't even want to say anything crazy to you. You were already talking to other people before your husband even went to jail. When we would talk, you were already planning to marry somebody else by the new year. So, it really was a stress off your back at the time." Boom. But that wasn't even the worst part. That came at the season 9 reunion. A 4-part explosion that ended with Phaedra getting fired. During the reunion, Portia Williams revealed that Phaedra told her Kandi and Todd Tucker were planning to drug and sexually assault her. The entire room went silent. Production stopped. Kandi left the stage in tears, completely devastated. When everyone returned, Phaedra tried to backpedal. "I repeated it because I heard it. Something was brought to me. I just repeated it. I repeated what someone told me." But that was a lie. Phaedra had fabricated the entire story. "So now I'm the dang-gone villain," Phaedra mumbled. "Yes, Phaedra, you are." Portia apologised to Kandi immediately. Phaedra eventually offered an apology too, but it was weak, insincere, and far too late. Bravo fired Phaedra immediately after the reunion aired. Andy Cohen confirmed that none of the other women wanted to have anything to do with her. The friendship was obliterated, irreparable, done. Nearly 8 years later, Kandi and Phaedra still don't speak. In 2022, Kandi appeared on TMZ's It's Tricky with Raquel Harper and was asked if she'd stay on RHOA if Phaedra returned. Her answer: a firm no. "I just don't think she and I need to interact," Kandi said. Phaedra, however, has expressed openness to reconciliation. During a Watch What Happens Live appearance, she told Andy Cohen, "We're both two very strong, powerful black women, and as a mum, we're both mums. I teach my kids that they can resolve anything, and so I would never say never. But here's the thing. Kandi has made it crystal clear she's not interested. Phaedra can talk about reconciliation all she wants, but spreading a rumour that someone planned to drug and sexually assault another person isn't something you just forgive." As of 2025, Phaedra has returned to RHOA for season 16 after Kenya Moore's exit. Kandi, meanwhile, has moved on to other projects and left the show they'll never film together again. Some betrayals are too deep to heal. Some lies are too vile to forgive. And some friendships, once destroyed, should stay buried